Me llamo Scarlett Marlowe y estoy estudiando arqueología urbana. A unos 100 metros debajo de este punto hay una cámara oculta que podría albergar la pieza clave que falta en nuestra historia.
¿Y cómo llegaremos hasta allí?
Por las catacumbas.
Why did you decide to shoot in the catacombs?
Well, it has such a rich history, and it's both a scary place, like maybe the scariest place in the world down here, and it has such a rich history. It's hundreds of years old, and we just thought it would make for a great story.
Yeah, we had a story too. The mythology of our story was really Parisian based too, so it made a lot of sense to end up coming into the catacombs.
Hay unos 300 kilómetros de túneles debajo de nuestros pies.
Aquí reposan los huesos de 6 millones de cadáveres.
What distinguishes this film from the other films of the genre?
Well, I think there's more it's almost an adventure horror. It's not a straight horror. And in the adventure story, I think it gives a little bit more, it's more embedded in history. There's a little more history to it, a little more, has a little bit of the Da Vinci Code kind of feel to it, and horror. And so I think it's a combination of things.
Okay, did you make many adjustments to the script because of the limitation of the environment?
We didn't have to make many compromises at all, actually. It was really kind of amazing. We thought, eventually we would. And with each set piece we had written, we found ways to make it work down here. We actually expanded the script and expanded the ideas a little bit more based on location scouts and seeing the actual locations. And, we'd come into a space and see something cool, and we'd want to do something with that. And so it's really more of an expanding process more tan it was a compromising one.
¡No fue culpa mía! ¡No fue culpa mía!
How did the idea of the scene of the burning car emerge?
That was just a weird, what if this happened? And we were talking about it with each other. We're like, I don't know first of all, I don't know if we can shoot that. Second of all, I don't know if it would even make sense, visually. And so a lot of things had to sort of work for that to work. I don't know, that was just one of those weird ideas. They're like, wait, a car collapsing into the ground, like how? And we're like, well, like if you took a piece of paper and you pushed your finger through and pulled it like that. It's like, it didn't make any sense. And yet, we actually got a real car and really burned it underground in a cave. And, it's
We seem to go to this idea a lot, though, of someone having killed someone in a car accident in their past. That seems to be to be a common idea of ours.
Which is the scariest scene for you?
Scariest scene for me?
Good question. No one's asked that question.
Yeah, that is a good one. I'd say near the end when Scarlett has to run off by herself to sort of fix the problem that's happened, and there's something about going back through a space is horrible and kind of terrifying. To go back through that by yourself, I find that scariest.
Yeah, I think when George sees his brother underneath the bones in the water, I think that's maybe the scariest scene for me, to see him relive this experience of trying to save his brother is a really traumatic moment. It's more than just seeing this one image from his past, but it's really actually reliving it, which I find pretty scary.
Okay, and the last one, what was the most difficult moment in the shooting?
The most difficult moment, I would say, actually, for me, there's one of these, the early scene, Scarlett has gone into this Iranian cave, and as she's running out, it's blowing up as she's running out, and so many things had to work and the camera kept breaking, and it was really the actor running with the real camera, and we're exploding things, and then we get to the end and be like, that was amazing, and then they'd be like, oh, the camera didn't work again, and so then we'd have to do it again, and so I'd say that was the hardest.
Yeah, that entire location was a very hard location.
Yeah.